What kind of, is this a one-sided or a two-sided limit? One-sided. So what does that tell us? Plug in numbers? That's not what a one-sided limit tells us. It doesn't tell us plug in numbers. It's no, it's not either negative infinity or in positive infinity. No, plugging 0 in for x is not what we gain from looking at the fact that it's a one-sided limit. You, what, Drake? You need to give me an answer. The answer to this cannot be what? Does not exist, okay? That's all the one-sided limit tells you. You don't know. It could be just a number. It could be negative infinity. It could be positive infinity. You really don't know which it is. But you know that you better not give me D and E. All right? So, here's my recommendation here on this problem. I'm going to split this into two limit problems. And I can do that because of the properties we learned back in 1.3. So I'm going to look at the limit as x goes to 0 from the negative of x squared, plus the limit as x goes to 0 from the negative of negative 1 over x. And the reason I'm going to do that, well, I can do that because of the properties, but the reason I'm going to do that is because I can already see that in this part I can just use substitution. Because I can just plug 0 in for x, and what's 0 squared? Is that okay? Is 0 okay? There's nothing wrong with 0 squared. We're not trying to divide by 0, so this limit using substitution is 0. Okay, this one is not so easy. I can't just put 0 in. When I put 0 in, I get negative 1 over 0, which tells me this part is going to probably be what type of answer? It's either going to be positive infinity or negative infinity because I got the negative 1 dividing by, I'm trying to divide by 0. Try and take a number dividing by 0. Okay? So I just need to figure out, is it negative infinity or is it positive infinity? So I'm going to go back to this function. I'm going to make a little numerical table. The x values are approaching 0 from which direction? The negative. So what numbers approach 0 from below it? Negative 0.0, negative 0.1 and negative 0.01, negative 0.0. Okay, I don't need to plug a bunch in to see if the limit is negative infinity or a positive. Two of them will verify that it's going to an infinity, and that one of them will tell me whether it's negative or positive. So what do I do with these two numbers here? Plug them into, thank you, plug them into negative 1 over x. So negative 1 divided by negative 0.1 is what? 10. So this is 10. So is it going to positive or negative? Positive, but let's verify that it's going to infinity because this one should be what? Bigger than 10, right? Bigger than 10, and it is negative 1 divided by negative 0.01, that's 100. So is it going to infinity? So this limit's going to infinity. And what's 0 plus infinity? It's still infinity, okay? You technically can't even do that. So what would be the limit as x goes to 0 from the negative of that whole function then? That would be positive infinity. Okay, that's probably one of the harder ones from your homework. All right.